it's Emu. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and today we're talking about money. So when you enter college, it's practically a guarantee that you're going to be spending more money, whether you're going out with friends more often, if you're going out for some nice dinner sometimes, if you go to parties, whatever you do, you're probably going to be spending a bit more money than you did when you were in high school. In order to spend money, you're going to earn some money. Because I've been rejected from quite a few jobs that I applied to when I was in freshman year. However, in this video, I'm not going to be talking about my rejections, but rather let's go over the 5 ways in which I was able to earn $15,000 by the time I had finished my freshman year. Of course, managing 5 different streams of income while still staying in school is definitely difficult, whether you're a freshman or a 4th year in school. And especially at a school where academics take up a lot of our daily lives, it was quite a struggle for me during certain times of the year, such as midterms or finals. And another scary reality is that student loans are definitely a thing in America. So as a freshman in college, I had decided to start earning and saving enough money so that I could at least start putting away this money towards savings. So when I was hit with a truckload of student loans, it wouldn't impact me or hurt me as much as it potentially could. Definitely, if you're not somebody who needs to be saving $15,000 a year based on whatever financial situation you're in, don't put yourself through the stress of 5 streams of income. Don't put yourself through working more than you need to, because when you're in college, I would also recommend that you prioritize your education and just getting an experience out of college itself. The first way that I was able to get to $15,000 by the end of my freshman year was through part-time jobs. And I had been working part-time since I was a junior in high school. During my summer, I was working 3 part-time jobs. And so I would tutor in the morning from 8 to 9 a.m. for about $20 an hour, depending on what I was teaching. And then I would rush off to open up at a fast food joint at 10 a.m., where I'd work until about 4 p.m. and then I'd rush off to a Japanese restaurant where I would host and serve from 4:30 to 10:30 p.m. If you are currently a student, I would really recommend that you work in the food service industry, because when I was working in the fast food joint and the Japanese restaurant, at the Japanese restaurant, I earned about $11 per hour. At the fast food joint, I earned $11.50, $12 an hour. But I was still able to earn more at the Japanese restaurant being a host and a server, because this was a job that provided me with tips. So even after my taxes were deducted, when you add in the tips that I had earned that day, I was earning a good like $15 to $20 an hour, and if it was a busy night, I was getting about $25 an hour. So by the time I had finished freshman year, I had saved about $7,000 from these 3 jobs that I had been holding on to since my high school junior year. The second way that I was earning money was through internships during the school year. And at the University of Chicago, we're given these internships called Metcalf internships that run throughout the academic year. And if you don't go to the University of Chicago, I still recommend that you go ask and talk to your career advancement office to see if they offer a similar opportunity, because I'm sure that many schools in America do offer some form of work experience that students could balance along with maintaining their academics. The Metcalf internships are funded by the school, in which they'll partner up with local organizations or businesses to allow students at the university to experience what it's like to be working and to be able to gain a little bit of exposure to the fields that they're interested in. Through the Metcalf internship, I was given $1,000 as stipend for each quarter, and working through winter and spring quarter, this amounted to $2,000 for me. The third way in which I earned money is actually really similar to the second one, in that I worked in a program called Micro Metcalf internships, because the way that Micro Metcalf internships worked is that they would partner up with another organization called Parker Dewey, which I know does partner up with many different schools in America. Definitely check in to see if your school is a partner. I'll be attaching a link down in the description below so you can also take a look. But the way Micro Metcalf internships or Parker Dewey internships worked is, instead of being hired for the entire quarter like I was for my full Metcalf internship, I'd be hired on a project-to-project basis based on what companies or employers were looking for. Each project requires about 20 to 40 hours of work, and you're guaranteed to be paid at least $12 each hour. And something I really enjoyed about the Micro Metcalf program is that it gives you the opportunity to work remotely. Throughout the entire school year, I worked on a handful of these projects. It was just whenever I had time to fit them in. So I completed about 8 to 10 of these projects, like rough estimates. And overall, I was able to earn about $2,000 from these. The fourth way that I earned money is through freelance work. So right now I'm a freelancer in marketing and advertising design. So I create a lot of graphic design work and marketing collateral for a lot of different companies, mostly startups. And I started with literally no experience. I just had a background in art. I created myself a portfolio of some things I had done in high school, and then I cold emailed like 500 different startups in the Chicago area, and I sold myself as a freelance student who was just looking to gain some experience in the industry. I set some really low rates because I told them I just wanted experience, I wanted the chance to learn. And of course, I didn't get many acceptances. I didn't get many people who wanted to work with me, which was understandable because I'm a college freshman with no experience. I'm fresh out of high school. But the clients who I did sign on with were very generous with me. They gave me a lot of opportunities to learn and to grow my portfolio. So when I reached a point in which I thought I was established enough, I started my own website that featured my designs, and from there I was able to sign on even more clients. If you're a college student who's also looking to start doing some freelance work, I definitely recommend that you first learn how to negotiate. Of course, when you're getting your first few clients, it's going to be very difficult to negotiate because it's really easy to undersell yourself. A great way to see what prices you should be setting is to just look on Fiverr or just some other freelancing websites. Maybe look on LinkedIn to see how other freelancers are setting their rates in the industry for whatever you're doing. And based on your own skill sets, your own expertise and experience, you can kind of gauge what a good price would be for you. Through freelancing, I've been able to accumulate about $7,000, so you'll tell that this is actually the bulk of where I earn my money, and it's my favorite way because I get to really set my own hours and I get to set my own pace with projects. Lastly, I have earned money through work study. So on campus, I'm a member at a research lab at the Booth School of Business, which is our graduate school at the University of Chicago. The way work study usually works at most university campuses is that students are given the opportunity to work some form of job on campus, whether that's going to be at cafes or in libraries or like me in research labs. And the school partially funds for the work that you're doing, so that way your employer isn't the one who's completely paying you out of their pocket. I know that there are students who currently work on campus on unpaid positions for professors or by maintaining a building. And if you're one of these students, I think you should definitely start the conversation with your employer to see if you can be paid through the work study program. Because once again, your employer isn't the one who's going to be paying you out of their pocket completely because the school will partially fund for it. So definitely maybe just give your employer the contact for your career advancement or your school counseling office. Get them connected to see if this is a way that you could be paid for your work. As a lab member, I didn't actually spend too many hours on this because the professor I had worked with was away at Stanford this year for a bit of research that he was doing. So our lab just wasn't that active as it normally was. And paid at $13 an hour, I didn't really work over 30 hours a month. 30 hours would probably be the most I worked in a month. But throughout the entire course of the year, I was able to earn about $1,500 from here. While it's great to be earning streams of income, once again, I'm going to recommend that all students still make sure that they prioritize their education. I like to really stress that if you're somebody looking to earn money and save money in college, it's still very important that you maintain a healthy work-life balance. Make sure that you also check in with your mental health and that you aren't overworking yourself or burning yourself out at any point, because your mental health and your physical health are definitely not worthy sacrifices in order to be making advances in life. So don't waste your body. Don't let your body kind of be eaten away by the work that you're doing now. As a freshman, I maximized my time and the resources that I had on campus to make sure that I could be earning money in any time that I had available, because I really wanted to make sure that I was saving up for a rainy day or just saving up for those student loans that were definitely coming. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Maybe you have found a new opportunity that you could work with on campus to earn some side money or a bit of cash for the next time you're going out with your friends. But either way, if you liked this video, I hope you guys can subscribe and stick around for some more college advice videos with Emu. Thank you all and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye!